Hi everyone, I'm Nick and welcome back to Gents Club, a YouTube channel based on a traditional gentleman's club where we have conversations with successful men and put out weekly gentlemen's content. Today, I'm going to be going over my 7 essentials that every man needs for the colder months. It's currently mid-January, so I thought this video would be helpful for all of you to figure out what you might be missing from your closet. We all want to look good in the winter, but it can be a bit of a challenge given the change in temperatures and the desire for comfort and to stay warm. But I promise you, it is easier than it looks. There are many examples of famous men over the years that have absolutely nailed winter fashion. Think about Daniel Craig as James Bond Inspector, with his iconic look as he's in the Austrian Alps, chasing his enemies through the mountains to rescue Madeline Swan. Or what about the well-dressed villain Hans Gruber in Die Hard, with his long gray coat over his sharp black suit? The perfect look for taking over Nakatomi Plaza. Or consider Leon's iconic hitman overcoat and beanie look in Leon the Professional. Or even Bane's iconic shearling-lined leather coat in The Dark Knight Rises. It is important for you to have a wide range of winter clothing so that you are ready for every situation and temperature, from 0 degrees all the way down to -30. I'm going to show you the items that will range from accessories to staple pieces that are must-haves in every man's winter wardrobe. There are many ways to dress well during the winter, and in this video, I'll cover those 7 essentials that will keep you warm and looking cool at the same time. That sounds interesting? Then let's dive into it. First up, we have our most essential winter clothing item, and that is the parka. Every man needs one of these in his wardrobe for when those temperatures drop so low, you walk outside, and the air is so cold it hurts your face. Where I live in Canada, this is a common occurrence, so everyone up here has a good parka. A good parka should be well insulated, and I would also consider one with fur around the hood to keep your face clear of snow when it's snowing outside. I would also recommend buying a parka that has some length to it, that way you're maximizing your warmth. For those looking for a parka, then I would check out Canada Goose as they have many high quality options available. I can personally say that I have the Langford Parka Heritage, and it's kept me warm over the years. I can even wear a t-shirt under it outside, and I am more than warm enough. However, I know Canada Goose is quite pricey, so if you're looking for something more affordable, then you could do a brand like North Face, as they also have some good options. Next up, we have another staple item that every man needs, and that is the wool overcoat. Many iconic men throughout all of history have rocked this look, from Cary Grant to Pierce Brosnan. This is going to be your go-to item for those cooler days that will help elevate your winter look so that you can look classy no matter the occasion. I would recommend going with a standard black or navy, especially if this is your first one, and then go double-breasted if you can. I personally have a double-breasted overcoat, and it is by far one of my favorite pieces in my closet. An overcoat can be easily paired with some leather gloves and a nice scarf, and it will make you look like a true gentleman. Here are a couple options for those looking to buy one. The first one I'm showing you is a double-breasted option from Mr. Porter. And then I found this great classic single-breasted overcoat from Hugo Boss. The alternative is that most made-to-measure suit companies will also offer custom-fitted overcoats. For example, this option is available at Indochino. So it might be better to spend a little bit more money and have one custom made to your measurements. Also, something to keep in mind is the trend over the last few years has been for overcoats to be a little bit more oversized as opposed to slim fit. However, I know for me personally, the one that I currently have is a standard fit. That way it lasts no matter what the current trend is. Let's move on to number 3. And I mentioned this one when I was speaking to the overcoat. It is a classic pair of leather gloves. Every man should have a pair of gloves in his wardrobe to pair with an overcoat or parka. A pair of leather gloves will help elevate any look so that you look like a true gentleman. Now you can go with 2 different options here. You can go with a classic pair of leather gloves. That would be a good match with an overcoat. Or you could go with more of a lined pair of leather gloves. That can be paired with your overcoat and even your parka for those colder days. I personally have a pair of leather gloves with a soft lining, and I swear every time I wear them, especially out on dates, I always receive compliments from women because so few men actually wear a nice pair of leather gloves. So this is an easy way to elevate your style and attract the attention of women. For a classic pair, I found these black leather gloves from the tiebar.com. And for the thicker lined option, I found these ones from Huckberry. Another accessory that you should add to your wardrobe if you do not have one already is a scarf. A scarf can really help elevate your look and also keep your neck warm on those cold and windy days. Because so few men actually wear a scarf, this is an item that can really make you stand out in a crowd. The great thing about a scarf is that even if you only have one, it can be versatile and you can easily change up the look simply by tying it in different ways. You can't go wrong with most scarves, just don't do this. Thankfully, the big scarf trend is over. For a good scarf, I would recommend a wool scarf, and Zara has some pretty good options available, like this one. However, if you are buying your first scarf, I would recommend a classic color like blue, black, or beige, either with no pattern or a subtle pattern so that it can be paired with many different outfits. Next up, we have a more trendy item, and that is the overshirt. This is a great option to help add layers to any winter outfit. And I've seen this item become more commonplace in recent years, with a lot more men wearing them. A similar option to this would be a flannel shirt, which is another way to stay warm and look good in the winter. I personally just picked up a gray overshirt on Boxing Day, and I absolutely love it. RW & Co, Zara, or H&M all have good options for you, and you can pretty much find these anywhere. The two I showed you earlier were both from RW & Co. Another very trendy item in men's fashion for the autumn and into the winter is the vest or gilet. For many that work in corporate, especially in finance, this is essentially your uniform. And I even have two myself from when I worked in corporate. However, there are some better options available rather than going with the all too common light gray Patagonia vest. If you are looking to level up your wardrobe and pick up a vest, then I would recommend going with something a bit more sleek and stylish. There are some good options at Canada Goose and Lululemon. I was even gifted one at Christmas from Costco that was only $30. So there are many ways to find good vests at affordable prices and are different from the options that everyone else is wearing. And finally, we come to the last item and one of the most important, and that is your boots. Your footwear is critical to keeping you warm and protected during the winter months. This one will be dependent on where you live and how cold the temperature drops. If you live in a place where it stays fairly warm in the winter and where it doesn't snow, then you can go with something like a casual boot or a military style boot, like these ones from Thursday Boots. Or if you live someplace like in Canada where I live, where the winter weather is notoriously bad, then heavier boots like these ones from Browns are the way to go. And those are my 7 essentials for you that every man needs as a part of his winter wardrobe. All of these items are something all of you should strive to have to ensure that you are well prepared for all winter situations. Check out some of the options that I've mentioned throughout this video. I do not receive any sponsors or receive any money from the companies mentioned. When I was doing research for this video, I simply chose items that I myself would purchase. I hope you find this interesting, and I hope this will help all of you elevate your winter style. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as it helps out the channel. And if you like Gentleman's content, then consider subscribing to this channel for more videos just like this one. Gentlemen, thank you for watching, and until next time, cheers.